All right, everybody watching and listening, thanks for tuning in for 3 + 4 minutes with the duck. 3 to 4 minutes is no longer accurate. Today we have Tech Sergeant Reynolds joining us for our interview. So I'll turn it over to him so he can introduce himself, and then we'll get on to the questions.
Sure. Hey, everybody. Tech Sergeant Reynolds from Alpha Flight, Charlie. Been in the Air Force for, almost 12 years. Married, 4 kids, deployment, education, working on my MBA, all that good stuff. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And again, thanks for your time and giving me the chance to get to know you a little bit better and share that with the squadron. So first up, how do you feel about garden gnomes?
How do I feel about garden gnomes?
Yeah.
I think they make great investigators, if you've seen Sherlock Gnome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's about it, actually. Yeah.
I don't think garden gnomes are really a topic people often have strong opinions about.
I don't
Maybe
think
they
I've
do.
seen a garden gnome like in an actual garden.
My mom
Ever.
has a collection, and I think it started out as a joke, but now it's probably a hoarding tendency that she has. But
I
yeah, I
might
don't
do
think
that.
I've ever seen one in an actual garden either. Yeah. All right. What would I find if I looked in your fridge right now?
A whole bunch of milk, because there's a whole bunch of kids in here and they're just constantly drinking all the milk. Sandwich stuff, because I'm hungry all the time. And oh man, that's milk. Yeah, a lot of
Milk
milk
and
and
sandwich
sandwich
stuff?
stuff, actually.
Anything surprising that we wouldn't expect?
Um
Or a guilty pleasure or something?
oh man, no, I have a huge stash of like protein bars in the cabinet. That's
That's not
about it.
surprising. Yeah, that's not surprising.
Yeah.
That seems normal for you.
Yeah, there's
Uh,
no room in my fridge. It's crazy.
yeah, we got milk seems to be the one thing that we just can't keep up with.
No,
Suddenly, now that we're home all day, our kids are drinking
I've had to start
cereal. And
buying 2 gallons at a time.
yeah, we've definitely upped ours for sure. What's the hardest lesson that you think you've learned in your life?
Um, I would say that you can't always rely on your family. I think when people hear, in most instances, they hear like family, they think about these are your go-to people. They're always going to be there to support you. I learned very early that that's not the case. And your real family is actually people that you meet kind of later on and through life. So
I like that, especially because having spent pretty much my entire adult life in the military,
yep.
you find real quick that people that aren't related to you by blood can be there, more often than family sometimes are. Yeah, that's a good lesson. What do you think people think is weird about you?
That they think is weird about me.
Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, when people first meet me, they say I'm intimidating, that I look mean. But that's not the case. I'm really nice, everybody, if you're wondering.
He is.
That people say
I'll
it's weird
agree.
about me.
Yeah,
Actually, you know what? I
What?
do have one that I like country music.
You like country
That
music?
I'm from the country, so yeah.
Where are you from?
So I'm from Southwest Virginia, so like maybe 15 minutes from the Bristol Motor Speedway. So
I don't think it's weird that you particularly like country music. I just think it's weird that anyone likes country music. No, I'm just kidding.
it's pretty solid.
I like old school country music, like Johnny Cash, Roger Miller, real old stuff. And every once in a while,
Real old stuff.
Yes, every once in a while, some not as old stuff, but I'm old. Some Garth Brooks and old school Tim McGraw. But
Okay.
yeah. All right. One last question. What's one responsibility you really wish that you didn't have?
Oh, man.
See, maybe I should have sent you the questions ahead of time.
I can't think of a responsibility that I didn't wish I had. I think sometimes when it comes to having to balance the ops and Air Force stuff, that gets to be a little tedious. Other than that, like I I've always been a responsible person, so like I never really wanted to shirk any of the responsibilities that I do have. So
Man, I
yeah, I
appreciate
can't
that.
think of
I
one.
think that speaks to you too. All my interactions with you, that sounds pretty spot on.
Or if we didn't have PT tests, that would be cool too.
There you go. That's a good one. Yeah, I don't mind doing PT. I don't like getting tested. I seem to freak
Yeah,
out every year, no matter what.
I do
Uh,
also.
One responsibility that I wish I didn't have was taking the dog out every morning and cleaning up after him.
You know what? Actually,
Is that
I'll
a good
second
one?
that one. I'll
Yeah.
second that. So we have two cats, two dogs. I didn't want any of them.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you.
yeah.
It's not my dog. I repeatedly tell the kids I don't like him. They try and correct me, but yeah, there's something about picking up after an animal. Like I changed diapers as a mom, and that
Yep.
seems okay. That comes with it. But cleaning up after an animal seems so unnatural to me. Like I just look at this stupid little
So
dog.
we've bell trained one of our dogs. She just constantly rings the bell, and it gets to be really annoying.
That's funny. My daughter taking a psychology class, and I was talking about Pavlov
Yep.
and conditioning, and she insisted I buy those little buzzers like that you would use for like a game.
Yep.
And we have four of them. One's for food and one's for going out. And she's in the process right now of training the dog to push the button that makes an obnoxious noise to take him outside. Uh,
It is a
Instant
mistake.
regret. Yeah.
It's a mistake.
It's really funny when because he's still learning. So anytime someone accidentally hits the button, we have to take
Mhm.
him out. And my 7-year-old's pretty clumsy. So my 13-year-old who thought it was a brilliant idea is now rethinking the entire thing because anytime someone accidentally hits it, she's got to take the dog out. But
Ours is every time someone sits down to eat, the dog rings the bell. Every time.
oh man, yeah, you can't make that stuff up. So we agree on a responsibility, taking
Yep.
care of pets. Yeah, for sure. Um, well, that is about 3 to 4 minutes. I don't have any questions left for you, so I'm going to turn it over to you. Share any words of wisdom or final thoughts with people listening or watching out in the
Okay.
internet world.
So I actually have two. So I was talking to somebody yesterday with all the quarantine stuff going on, and they made a really good point, right? So a lot of us are kind of thinking of, oh, we have all this free time, so we can watch Netflix or do whatever. But for some people, the isolation is a terrible thing. So yeah, just make sure that you're checking on everybody. If it's not daily, at least once every other day or something like that. Just getting a hold of folks. And then the other one is just, yeah, for the NCOs out there. If you have airmen or folks around you that aren't happy with the Air Force or what their jobs are or anything like that, then ask yourself what you're doing to feed into that. So
Ah,
that's really it.
those are good ones. I like that. I especially like that you touched on the isolation piece. And we think everybody's got tons of time and they're enjoying
Mhm.
it all. Some of us don't have any more time. Some people have found that they've got young kids to take care of or
Yeah.
homeschool or whatnot. So I echo that, and I caution our leaders to make sure that they're in tune with our airmen to make sure that they know what their situation looks like and that we're not
Yep.
overburdening the folks that don't have any extra time. And then, like you said, those in isolation. I'm an introvert by nature, but as you see, I'm finding ways to try and interact with people because I need social interaction too, and really not work-related social interaction. So that's why I'm doing these
Yeah.
interviews is to kind of feed my energy. I miss talking to our airmen. So both really good points, and not that I'm surprised. You're a super intelligent, awesome NCO, and I'm glad
Thank you.
have you on our team. And I really appreciate you spending some time with me this afternoon. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right.